Started the second half. That's Nate, puts it down the right side. Matt on the ball. Matt has it. He shields it. Matt back to Brendan. Brendan to his left. Brendan back to Sam. Sam. He's got Ethan to his right. Ethan has the ball. Ethan sends it to Nate. Nate on the left side. Nate back to Sam. Sam turns on it, back to Nate. 33 seconds into the first half, no score. Nate to Mateo, right at the center symbol. Nate to Sam.
Come on, Brookline, go Sam!
Sam crosses midfield. Sam to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan back to Sam. That's back to Nate. Brendan's right at the center logo. He goes to the right, gets cut off. Hits number 10 for Newton. 10 turns. 10 to his right. Chased by Mateo, goes up the right wing. That's number 1 coming up the side. That's Nate on the ball. Nate sends it back to Zach. Zach sends it to Sam on his right side.
Let's go, guys! Come on, Blue!
They've moved Justin up top. He's on the wing. Sam down the middle of the field. It gets headed away. Mateo on it. Mateo off his head to Brendan. Brendan turns on it. Brendan through Justin's legs. Ethan has it. Ethan to Ben. Ben Kaplan has the ball. Ben to his left. He gets held. No call. Justin has it for Newton South. He chips the left side to number 1. Well-weighted ball. It's going to the corner. Sam's chasing him. 1. Sends it back to number 8. 8 to the back post. That's Mac heads it away. 4 steps up for Newton South. 4 chips it in the box. Zach's going to get to it.
Brookline.
Come on, Brookline, let's get fired up! Let's go, boys!
Zach boots it over midfield. It hits number 27 in the leg. Zach body checks him. Jack's trying to get the ball. 27 turns on it. 4 chips it down the right side to number 1. Nate off his head toward the corner. Nate plays it through number 1. 27 hits Nate. Goes out of bounds. Oh, they said it was out of bounds before that. So it's a throw in for Brookline. Nate down the left side. Gets headed away. Newton South chips it. Zach's going to come out. Player comes out.
Nice, Zach!
Max shielded. 1 was on the run for Newton South. Zach punts it to his left. It's 28 in the head. It's right at midfield. Jacques on the ball. Jacques gets pushed. No call. There is a call. It's a foul. It's a free kick for Brookline at the 35. We're 3.5 minutes into the second half. There's still no score in the game. Mateo is going to take the free kick, and they're going to roll it back. They're going to roll it back to the 40. It's either Mateo or Nate. Nate on his right. Nate. All right. There was a miscommunication. Nate got the okay from 1 whistle. Nate on the free kick. Nate chips it again. It gets headed away by, that's Ben Kaplan. Justin's on him. Ben Kaplan into the corner. Ben Kaplan sweeps it back to Ethan. Ethan on his left foot gets deflected. 17 off his foot. 17 to the side to number 1. He lets it go to Justin. It goes out of bounds. He dummied the ball. Ben Kaplan has it. Ben Kaplan sends it back to Sam over midfield. Sam to Nate. Nate at the logo. Nate to Brendan. Brendan turns, sends it back to Nate. Nate turns to his right side to Sam. Sam's got Ethan to his right. Ethan sends Brendan to the right corner. Brendan into the corner. He's got number 2 on him. Brendan Brendan goes to his left, gets cut off. Ethan Schaefer steps over it. Ethan to the right corner. Ethan gets bumped. He goes down. And they're calling a goal kick for Newton South. We're 5:20 into the second half. There's still no score. Goalie boots it to his right. Over midfield. That's Nate on his feet. Nate to Brendan. One on his back. Gets hit. No call. One to his right. Goes to the side to 10. 10 to the right corner. Gets blocked. 10. It gets slid out of bounds by Mac. Four is going to take the throw for Newton South.
Come on, Brookline, win it!
Four to the right corner. Mac heads it away. Mateo heads it toward the Brookline bench. And it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton South. Right at midfield. He throws it to the right. It's sort of a lob. Ben takes out the player right in front of the Brookline bench. It's a free kick for Newton. You can hear Zach on the call.
Brookline, get on it, Brookline!
We're 6:30 into the second half. There's no score.
Let's go, Blue!
It's a free kick right in front of the Brookline bench. Newton South has 6 players on the back. It's to the near post. Zach's just going to catch it. Zach out to the left to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan, he's got Jacques, he's got Brendan. He's tried to send Jacques. Here comes the goalie. Goalie picks it up in the box. He sends it out to the left to number 8. Avi's on him. It cuts through to 17. It goes through. 17's going to get to it. 17, Sam goes down. And they call a foul on the Newton player. I'm sorry, that was Matt that went down.
Great hustle, Matty! Way to play, Matty! Go, Brookline!
It's going to be Nate on the free kick inside the 10. Nate down the right side. It's going to go into the bench. It's going to throw in right at midfield.
Get it back, Brookline! Come on, Brookline, get in there!
Justin has it for them. Avi takes it away. Avi on the ground to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan to Brendan. Brendan crosses the 25. Brendan to his right. Brendan shoots. Goes over the top. Brendan at the 20-yard line.
Do it again, Brookline! Looking good, Brookline!
We're 8 minutes into the second half. There's still no score. Goal kick for Newton South. They go out to the right. It's over midfield. It bounces, hits number 1 in the foot for Newton South. 14, that's Justin. He turns to his left. Ethan has it. Justin keeps it. Justin to number 2. 2 goes to his left. 2 chips around Ethan. Brendan off the leg. Sam kicks it up the right side. 28 in the air, goes out of bounds. It's a throw-in for Brookline. Avi to Brendan. Brendan steps on it. Brendan turns, sends it back to Ethan Schaefer. Ethan Schaefer sends it back to Sam. Sam to Nate at the 40-yard line. Nate crosses midfield. Nate on the ground to Avi, went past him. Mac's going to come back. Mac off his head. He's trying to find Nate. He found Ben Kaplan. Newton player gets it. 4 chips it on the wing. That's Sam back to Ethan. Ethan to the side to Mac. Mac to the left. Mac in front of the Brookline bench. Oh, that's a foul. Matt. It should be a card. Yeah, 17 gets a card. That was a high tackle. Clock is stopped. 30-34 left in the second half. There's no score. They're making sure Mac's okay. 17 comes out of the game for Newton South. It's a free kick. That's Nate on it. Nate's going to send it back to Mac. Mac to Sam. Sam crosses midfield. Sam chips it toward the box. It's going to go long, out of bounds.
That's it, Brookline. Keep it up, Brookline.
It's going to be a goal kick for Newton South.
Come on, Blue.
It's a goal kick for Newton South. There's just over 30.
Brookline, get on it. Win this.
There's just over 30 minutes left in the second half. There's no score. Goalie boots it, floating it to midfield. Matt off his head, out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton South. Sub is coming in for Newton South. 21 is coming in for 1 up top. The striker. 10 minutes in, no score.
Come on, Brookline, get in there.
They go down the left. Ethan off his head. Goes out of bounds. 8 on the throw for Newton South. Another sub coming in.
Way to go after it, Blue. Keep it on Blue.
26 is coming out. 8 on the throw for Newton South. That's a soft throw to 21. Sends it back to 8. 8 to 2. 2 goes to invite toward midfield. He tries to cross it. Mac off his head. 17 on the ground. To number 10. 10 going to the right corner. Mac's cutting him off. He goes to the right side. Or the overlap. Oh, player goes down. Ball goes out of bounds. It's a throw. Mac got the ball.
Great hustle, Mac. Keep it up, Mac.
They got Brendan on the near post. Matt is on the back post. Oh, it's a corner, okay.
Come on,
And he spins it away. Mac off his head, it bounces. That's Ben Kaplan. Brendan chips it away into the Brookline bench. Throw in for Newton South. Just under 12 minutes played in the second half. There's no score. He lobs it into the right corner. Mac heads it away. He gets it back. He chips the right corner, and there's nobody there. It's going to be a throw in for Brookline. Mac's going to take it. They're moving Mac back toward the corner. He throws it down the left. Hits their player. 27 has it. 27 sends it back to 2. 2 to 14. Ethan, missed Avi. 2 has it. Goes the wing. That's Justin. 14 for, he crosses it, top of the box. That's Nate off his head. 21, sort of a high foot. Nate, he chips in the box. 2 has it. 2 turns. Ethan pokes it away at the last minute. That was a good opportunity. Ethan, it's another corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 27 is running toward the corner. There's 6 in the box. It's at the top of the box. It gets punched away by Zach, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to be another corner. Zach punched the ball away. He's got Matt on the near post. He's got Brendan on the back post. They go to the back side. It gets headed away by Mateo. It's shot just wide. Number 2 on his left foot. We are 13:30 into the second half. There's no score. Nate's going to take the goal kick.
All right, Mackay.
Oh, Mackay is in the game. Jacques and Avi are coming out.
Brookline, now, Brookline.
They move Matt up front.
Go, Brookline, get it. Go, Jacob.
Oh, they put Jacob in the game. 10 on the ground. That's Nate cuts it off. 21 has it. He's a striker for Newton South. Nate takes it away. Nate gets held. They call a foul.
Nice hustle, Nate. Keep it up, Brookline.
It's going to be a free kick for Brookline. Nate's going to take it. Nate low. Mateo off his head, down the wing. Matt's chasing it. 5. Matt pokes it away. He's right in front. Mackay steals it. Mackay gets held off by number 8. Number 8 on the ground to 14. Ethan Schaefer comes away with it. Ethan tries to cut it away. They got to cut the ball up. Brendan pokes it away. Hits it off the Newton player. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Ethan Schaefer to Mateo. There's a sub coming in. Dimitri's coming in for Ben Kaplan.
Keep it up, Brookline!
Wow. There's 25 minutes left in the second half. There's no score. Ethan Schaefer in the box to Mateo. Mateo turns to his left. Mateo shoots. And the goalie saves it. Goalie casually to the right. Punts it to the right. Hits the Newton player's head. Off to the side. Justin 14 for Newton South turns to his left past Mackay. Ethan Schaefer cuts it off. Ethan to Mateo. Mateo to Brendan right at the center circle. Brendan looks up. He sends a wing to Dimitri. Dimitri to the left. 4 is going to just shield. Dimitri takes him down. That's a foul. Dimitri on a foul. He gets talked to, but no card. It's a foul. Newton South on the free kick. 24 minutes left in the half. There's no score. They go down the right side. It gets headed away by Mateo. They chip the side. Number 10 has it for Newton South. Mac is on him. It goes out of bounds. Throw in for Brookline. Mac has the throw in. Mac to Mateo. Mateo to Mac. Mac into the middle to Mackay. Dimitri shoots. It's saved by the goalie. 23:30 left in the half. There's no score. Goalie boots it out to the right. It's a beautiful day. That's Mac to Mateo. Mateo keeps it on the ground. Mateo sends in, tried to find Mackay. Didn't get there. Matt has it. Matt in the box. Mateo in the box. Mateo gets cut off by number 4. He knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Good defending. It's going to be Mateo on the... No, Mac's going to take the throw. Mac into the box. Gets headed back. It gets cleared out. 21 has it for Newton South. He goes to the other side. Jacob takes it away. Jacob, he gets fouled. That was Dimitri. To Mateo. Mateo, it gets cleared away. Brendan has it. Brendan to his right. Brendan chips it ahead to Mackay. It gets chipped out of bounds. Throw in for Brookline.
Come on, Brookline!
It's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Ethan Schaefer down the side to Mateo. Mateo off his foot. Off their head. Mateo off his head. Brendan has it. Brendan high in the air to the left. That's Dimitri's side. Dimitri and 4. 4 clears it out of bounds. Over the fence. Just under 22 minutes left in the half. There's no score. Mac on the throw. Mac throws it to Matt. Matt on his left foot. Matt to his right. To Brendan. Brendan spins. Brendan sends it back to Mac. Mac crosses with his left foot. Mateo on the header. Just wide. Goalie punts it out to the right. It hits Nate in the foot. Brendan, 21, sends it out to the wing to 10. 10 on the ground. He's going to the corner to 17. 17 steps over it. Comes back to the middle, 27. To the side to 10. 10 on the ground. That's Mackay tried to cut it off. 17 has it. 17 pushes the right side, and he's offside. First offside call. Free kick for Brookline. Nate's going to take it. They can't sub. Free kick for Nate and Brookline. He goes up the left side. Over Mateo's head, hits him in the back. Dimitri has it. Dimitri and 4. Dimitri back heels it to Matt. Matt to Dimitri. Mateo has it in front of the Newton South bench. Matt has it. Matt gets around the defender. He's in the box. It gets cleared. That's Mateo. Mateo steps over it. Mateo, it gets cleared by number 2 on Newton South. He chips the wing to 21. Nate gets held. 21 has it. He's got a player to his... He tries to cut it back. It's cut away by Nate. 10 has it for Newton South. Newton South, he's forced back. Back to midfield. 4 chips it. Nate has it. Nate's got 10 yards of space. Brendan chips it ahead to Mateo. 17 cuts it away for Newton South. He goes to his left to 8 to 14. That's Jacob on the ball. Jacob at midfield. Jacob steps over it. Jacob off the Newton player. Jacob in the air. 21. Brendan takes it away. Brendan crosses midfield. Brendan to Mackay. Mackay sweeps it back. He's looking for help. 14 has it for Newton South. Ethan knocks it away. It goes out of bounds. Throw-in for Brookline. Mackay leaves it for Ethan. We're 19-13 left in the second half. There's no score. Ethan down the right side. Tried to find Matt. It goes out of bounds. That's Ethan to Mateo. Mateo on the ground. Mateo to Jacob. Jacob to Ethan. Ethan's got Jacob. He goes down the side to Mackay. Mackay on the right. Mackay tries to get around the defender. Second defender there. Hits Mackay. Ball still there. And Ethan blocks it. It's still in play. Ethan around the defender. 5 back to the corner. 28 in front. 2. Brendan has it. Dimitri. It goes to the side to Mac. Mac shoots. Right on goal. 18-20 left in the second half. There's no score. They go out to the wing to 10. 10 up the right side. That's Nate. Clears it away. Nate around 17. 17 fielding. He goes down. And what's the call? They come out. Nate has it. Nate down the wing gets cut off. That's Jacob on the ball. Jacob's got Mackay. Jacob over midfield. He's got Mackay to the right. Jacob to Mackay. Mackay's got Matt in front. Mackay in front. It chips in. Nate. Oh, Matt turned and shot. He hit the side netting. Subs are coming in.
Brookline, you got this, Brookline. Come on, Brookline. One more two, Brookline.
Brad is coming in for Brendan at the 17:30 mark. Newton South is sending in 3 subs. There's 0-0. 17:23 left in the second half. Goalie punts it to midfield. Jacob up the wing. That's Dimitri on the ball. Dimitri to Mac. Mac gets blocked into the Brookline bench. Mac on the throw. Mac down the left side. It gets cleared out. Hits the 21, the Newton South player. Nate comes away with it. Nate's called for a foul. It's right at midfield. It's a free kick for Newton South.
You got this. Get it back, Brookline. Come on, Blue.
5 on the free kick.
Stay focused, Blue. Come on, you got this, Brookline.
5. 5 on the ground to 28. Matt's chasing him. Gets cut away by Mackay. 8. He sends the wing to 14. They go to the side to 16. And Sam's guarding him. He comes back. Sam's forcing him back. They've 2 on him. That's 28. Gets cut away by Sam. That's Mateo. He steps over it. He loses it. Player goes down. It's in the box. 28. That's Nate comes away with the ball. Nate stays over it. Nate to his left. Nate to his right. He gets fouled. Right at the 40-yard line. 15:50 left in the second half. There's no score. Nate on the free kick. Right at the 40. Nate to Ethan over midfield. Ethan chips the box. Here comes Matt. The goalie catches it with the sun in his eyes. 15:30 left in the second half. There's no score. Goalie punts it toward midfield.
Come on, Brookline!
That's Mateo under it. Newton South controls. They go out to their right. Hits Dimitri. That's Mateo trying to get it. 2 clears it to midfield.
Jacob!
Mackay has it. He's got Ethan to his right. He goes to the left. He gets around him. Matt has it. Matt sends Ethan. Ethan on his right foot. Ethan shoots. Just missed. Ethan to the back post. Subs are coming in for Brookline. Avi is coming in. What's happening?
Come on, Brookline! You want this, Brookline?
Let's get timeout's been called. Timeout has been called on the field. There's 14:54 left. There's no score. It's been a back and forth game. Newton's team is huddling on the field. Brookline's entire team is huddling on the bench. 14:54 left in the second half. There's no score. Okay, Brookline breaks their huddle. And we'll resume the second half.
All right, Brookline, you got this, Brookline. Your game. Let's go, Warriors!
Okay, Brookline sets up. Let's who's in the game. Avi, Jacques, Brad up top. They've got Mateo. Okay, it's going to be a goal kick for Newton South. 14:50 left in the game. Avi off his body. Avi to the left. 16 has it. Ethan's on him. Tried to get around him. Ethan plays it ahead. It's chipped again. Ethan Schaefer hits it into the box. 5 has it. 5 off his head. They're going to shield. Nope, Jack keeps it in bound. Jack on his left foot. He goes to the other side to Ben Kaplan. Ben sends it back to Mac. Mac to Ben. Ben back to his right. He's at the 30. He chips in the box. And the goalie's going to get to it. Avi was right there. 14:16 left in the second half. There's no score. Ben Kaplan is defending. They go up the right side. 21 off the back heel, off the flick. He's trying to get to the corner. Nate knocks it away. They get it in front. 3 players. Look at a handball. And it's saved. And Ethan came back to deflect it. Zach was on the ground. He just got a hand on it. Keeps the game scoreless. 13:30 left in the second half. There's still no score.
Come on, Brookline, you!
It's a corner for Newton South. They've got 7 guys at the top of the box. He chips it toward the back post. It gets headed away, and it gets chipped in the box. Whoa, he tried a bike. That's a dangerous play. He tried to bike with people in the box. That's dangerous.
What do you find?
Nate on the free kick. Nate sends it low to midfield, hits off their body. Jacob has it. Jacob to Mac. Mac to the left. Mac sends it ahead to Avi's side. 25 clears it out of bounds. Throwing for Brookline. 12:45 left in the second half. There's no score. It's going to be Ben on the ground to Mateo. Back to Ben. Ben Kaplan. What do they call? I think they called the illegal throw. Wow. Okay, they throw it in front of the bench. Mateo with it on his leg to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan on the left. Ben in the middle. Jacques chips it in front. Avi gets blocked by the goalie. Mateo in the box. Justin's chasing it. Justin, it goes out of bounds. 12 minutes left. 12 minutes left in the game. It's no score. Both teams, great scoring opportunities. Ethan throws it into the box. It's headed away by number 2. Hit 26. Jacques off his head. That's Mateo. Gets bumped in the box. That's Avi back to Jacob. Jacob at the 30 to Brad. Brad to Mac. Mac Mac saves it. It goes down the sideline. That's number 12. 12 down the right. He sends it to the middle. Gets cut off by Brad into the Brookline bench. It's a quick throw in. They go to the side. It gets around Mac. They go to the corner. Nate has it. Nate shielding. Nate turns. Nate to his left. Nate gets out. 2's on him. Nate gets around him. Nate back to Ben. He gets cut up. He got fouled at the 45-yard line. Foul on the Newton South player.
Come on, let's move it, Brookline!
It's going to be a free kick for Brookline. There's 10:45 left in the second half. There's no score.
Go forward, Brookline.
Free kick. Nate's going to take it. 10:30 left. Nate chips it toward the box over Mateo's head. Ben tried to turn. Avi on his left foot. That's Mateo. Gets poked away. That's Jacob has it. Jacob steps back. Jacob's got Ethan on the right. He tries to send Brad. It gets cut off. Ethan contests. It bounces to Jacques. Jacques on his chest. He turns. He loses it. 25 off to the side to 14. 14 to 2. 2 chips the wing. It's going to hit the ref. Sam, he didn't see it. This thing, it went out of bounds. Subs are coming in. Matt is coming back in for Brad. 2 subs for Newton South.
Send it back our way, Brookline. Let's go, Blue.
9:30.
Come on, Blue.
9:30 left in the second half. 8 on the throw. He throws to 21. 21 gets cut off by Mateo. Mateo gets cut off by 2 players. 2 to the side to 8. 21 has it. 21 to 14 to 21. He goes to the left. He's trying to get on his right foot to shoot. He gets a nice pass. Ball is down. It gets blocked. It gets blocked by, I think that was Mac.
Come on, Newton!
It's going to be a corner for Newton South. 8:50 left in the second half. There's no score. Mac is down. Timeout is called by the ref. Stops the clock at 8:49. Mac gets back to his feet. And they're going to sub for him.
All right, Mac!
Ethan Rissy's coming in the game.
Way to play, Mac!
Come on, John!
Ethan Visty's coming in for Mac. It's going to be a corner. They go to the float it to the back post. It gets headed into the ground. It gets cleared. I think that was Matt that cleared it.
Come on, Brookline, on it, Brookline.
And that's Ben Kaplan. Ben up the side to Avi. Avi to the left. Two's on running at him. Avi down the left side. He's got Jock in front. He sends it to Jock. Jock tried to get it off his foot. It's going to go out of bounds. Avi made a nice cross. Newton South throws it to number 10. He goes back to 8. 8 down the left side. Ethan Schaefer plays it back. They call a foul. It's a foul at the 40. 8:40 left in the game. There's no score.
Control the ball, Brookline. Let's go.
8:30 left in the game. 5 on the free kick for Newton South. 5 boots it down the left side. Ethan off his head. He's going to give up a throw-in. It's deep in the corner.
Come on, let's stop it, Brookline. Get it out.
21 on the throw for Newton South. 21 off the top of his hands.
Go.
Ethan clears it with his left foot. 5 over midfield.
Get it.
5 clears it back in. It goes through. They don't call him offside. 23. Ethan clears it away. It's going to be a corner. There's 7:30 left in the second half. There's no score.
Let's go, Brookline. Let's go, Blue.
What happened? What's going on?
All right, Ethan. Nice play, Ethan.
There's 7:27 left. They stopped the clock. Brendan is coming into the game. Brendan's coming in from. There's got one on the back post. It comes in. Zach clears it. That's Mateo. Oh, another high foot. 2 has it. Mateo cuts it away. Jacob to Nate. Nate's got Avi. Avi turns. He got fouled. He did get fouled. That's a yellow card on number 28. I think it was 2 yellow cards. 28's.
Nice hustle, Brookline. Come on, Brookline. You got this.
He stopped the breakaway on that play.
Forward, Brookline.
It's going to be a free kick for Brookline at the 41-yard line, just inside of midfield. So Brendan is down the right side. He's got Avi in the center of the field. They've got 5 on the far post. Let's see what they do with this. There's 6:30 left in the game. Clock's moving. Nate chips it to the left. It gets headed away. Avi's chasing it. 23 gets to it for Newton South. He clears it up the side. That's Ethan Vissi into the bench. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton. Right in front of the Newton South bench. There's 6 minutes left in the second half. There's no score.
Come on, Brookline. Get it back. You got this, Brookline. Go hard, Brookline.
4 on the throw for Newton South.
Get in there.
He goes to the right. That hits Jacob in the head. That's Jock. Jock past Matt. Matt sends it back to Sam. Sam to Brendan. Brendan fakes. Goes up the right to Avi. Avi gets pushed. Avi steps over it. Avi hits off the defender. 21's going to get it. 21 for Newton. He gets spun around by Jacob. Jacob to Mateo. Mateo, he shoots. And saved by the goalie. 5:17 left in the second half. There's no score.
Keep it up, Brookline.
Goalie on the ground goes to Justin. 14 to the middle. Gets sent to the wing. 23 has it. 23 tries to cut it. Sam cuts it away. Sam to Avi. Avi on the ground. 28 kicks it away. Avi back to Mateo. Mateo crosses midfield. Mateo to Jacob. Jacob to the left to Ben Kaplan. Ben Kaplan gets to the right. He gets inside. He gets spun around. Ben still has it. Ben to the left. Ben, 2 players on him. Sends it back. Ethan Rissy tries to cross. Jacob on his chest. Jacob shoots. And it's saved by the goalie. 4:30 left in the second half. There's no score. Goalie punts it over midfield. That's Jacob off his head. Matt gets pushed. No call. 21. Nate counters him. Sam clears it to the right to Avi. Avi up the field. Avi protects with his body. Avi to his left. Avi with Mateo behind. Avi in front. He tried to hit Jacques, cutting in front. That was a good play. There's 4 minutes left. They punt it to the... Jacob cuts it off. He gets pushed. That's a foul. Number 3, right at the 45. That's Ethan Rissy. He gets it back. He's going up the left side. It goes out of bounds. And they're saying, oh, it's a throw into Newton South, right in front of their bench. 3:30 left in the second half. He's talking to somebody. He's talking to Ethan. Clock is stopped at 3:28. He's just talking to Ethan about that. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton South right in front of their bench. Number 4 is going to take it. Clock starts on the whistle. They go down the right side. That hit Ethan Rissy out of bounds, right at midfield.
Go after it, Brookline! Come on, Brookline!
4 on the throw. They're sending him back toward the 45. 3:10 left in the game. There's no score. 4 down the side. It bounces.
Come on, Nate!
23, Nate hits it away. And it's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Ethan Rissy on the throw. Ethan down the left side. Hits off the Newton head. It bounces. Avi off his back. That's Jacques on the ball. Jacques Turn got cut away by number 2. 23 has it. Jacob. 23 has it. He gets it to the right to number 3. 3 to 21 on the right side. 21 goes down the right side. He's got 10 in front. He tries to find him. It goes over his head. Brendan off his head. And that's Sam. Avi clears it on the ground. Jacques gets cut off. That's Mateo gets it on the turn. Mateo stumbles out, hits the player, and they call a foul. There's 2:10 left in the second half. Brendan on the free kick. Brendan sets it up. He's at the 43. No, it's Sam going to take it. Sam to Brendan coming up the right side. Brendan to Avi. Avi to Brendan. Brendan gets it in front, gets blocked. Sam has it. There's under 2 minutes left. There's no score. Sam on the ground to Mateo. Mateo turns to his right. He goes to his left. Mateo gets cut off by number 10. 10 up the middle of the field. Sam tried to cut it off. 2. Brendan's coming back on him. 2 down the wing. Avi cuts it away. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Newton South. Throw-in for number 8. 8 throws it to 2 in the middle of the field. He's nobody on him. 8. Avi knocks it out of bounds. We're under 2 minutes. There's no score.
Come on, Brookline!
8 on the throw. 8. Throws to the corner. Nate off his foot. Nate on the ground. Tried to find Jacques. 28 to 8. Jacques cuts it off. Jacques to his left. Jacques gets cut off by number 4. Here comes Ben Kaplan on it. Number 3 is going to get to it for Newton South. It gets blocked by Ethan Rissy out of bounds. We're under 2 minutes. There's no score. 4 on the throw for Newton South. Avi is down. They stopped the clock. Avi has to get subbed out here.
All right, Brookline, come on, Brookline!
And Mackay is going to come in for Avi on the right wing. So it's going to be a throw for Newton South, just at midfield. There's under 2 minutes left. He goes down the right side. It bounces. Ethan Vissi off his left foot keeps it in bounds. It bounces. Ethan off his head. That's Jacob off his head. Jacob knocks it ahead. That's Ben Kaplan. 2 has it for Newton South. He leaves it behind. 10 to the left. Brendan has it. Brendan sends Nate. Mackay on the run. Mackay in the box. Mackay goes down. There's no call. Mackay went down in the box. No call. Brendan's going to take the throw. There's under 2 minutes left. Brendan into the box. It floats in. It bounces. It's on the ground. Mackay shoots. It's over the top. Mackay on his right foot. Good opportunity. Last minute of the game. There's no score.
Do it now, Brookline! Come on, Brookline, now!
Goalie. And that's the game. Game ends in a scoreless tie. 0-0. Brendan and Justin talking midfield. 0-0 is the score.